Hello，你好，Welcome back，欢迎回来，Wisdom Wednesday with Johnny Tiger. Date is November 2nd, 2022. Today we are going to do one more episode as relating to Tiger for the sake of the Year of the Tiger. The Year of the Tiger is almost ended. It will be done within another 2 months, and then we are going into the Year of the Rabbit. Now, this is making me a little bit nervous because in my entire lifetime, almost every time there's a rabbit year, a year of the rabbit, it has been very chaotic and very uh, challenging for me. I don't know if that's coincidence or not, but yeah, it seems like every year of the rabbit has been pretty rough in my lifetime. So I'm kind of bracing myself a little bit. Uh, the year of the tiger has already been quite a roller coaster. There were some good things, really great things that happened. Great things are still happening, but there were some great personal losses and tragedies as well. So, to quickly review, if you want to say tiger in Mandarin, you say Lao Hu, Lao Hu, Lowhu, Lao Hu, who technically is already the word for tiger. Lao means old, old tiger. Why do we add old? Because in Mandarin, in Chinese language, whenever you want to show that you really respect, it's the alpha, it's the greatest, it's a dominating force. You add the word lao, like lao shi, is the word we use for teacher. Even though shi is already the word for teacher, but we add the word lao, old, old teacher. That doesn't mean that you're saying your teacher is old. That just means you are giving that respect. You're saying that your teacher is the best, the master. Uh, Sometimes we will call our father 老爸, 老爸, uh, old daddy. Again, not necessarily means that I'm saying my dad is old. When I say 老爸, I mean, uh, my dad is the ultimate authority. Uh, when I call my mom 老妈, uh, old mom, same thing. I'm not saying that she's old. I'm saying that she is the authority. She is the best. Uh, there were many, many such cases in Mandarin, such as also when you call someone like the guy who is a gang leader or someone who is the leader in your group, you call them 老大. 大 means big, 老 means old. So 老大, old, big. I mean, if you do a direct translation, it doesn't mean anything. But 老大 is a, a term that you are referring to someone who uh, is dominant, that you show deferences toward. This is also why women in Chinese culture will call their husband 老公, 老公. When you take these words apart, again, 老 means old, 公 means, well, 公 means like an older man. So when you call someone 老公, it's like old man. If you direct translate that, but that's not what it means. When you say 老公, it means uh, uh, my dear, my man, uh, uh, my better half, so to speak. So you're addressing your partner as husband, as the alpha male, as the head of the household. When you call them 老公. Same thing when uh, men would call their wife 老婆, 老婆, uh, Po means old women, older women. Lao, again, old. So old woman, Lao Po. That doesn't mean that if I call you Lao Po, that doesn't mean that I'm telling you you're an old lady. Lao Po, again, it's the same as Lao Gong. It's the husband's uh, way of calling their wife. Um, it's showing them some deference, showing them that how intimate they are. It's a very intimate term, 老公,老婆. Uh, 老公 is for women to call men, 老婆 is for men to call women. Only if you are in a relationship. Let me quickly preface that. You don't want to just start calling your friend 老公,老婆. It might lead to some misunderstanding that might be a bit uncomfortable. Now let's talk about the word Hu, that means tiger. Hu is tiger. Um, Interestingly enough, when you use hu, the pronunciation of hu, depending on the tone you use, as in many Mandarin words, it can mean something totally different. And the word hu is even more interesting because if you say hu, it means tiger. If you say hu, if you bring the tone up a little bit, hu, that means fox. Okay, so that's interesting. Hu means fox, and hu means tiger. So in Mandarin, there's an old idiom, the old say called hu jia hu wei. Hu jia hu wei, and this means fox pretending to be to have tiger's authority. Hu, fox, Jia, faking, pretending. Hu, tiger, Wei, authority. So Hu Jia Hu Wei is a descriptive proverb that people use to describe some people. They are just the underlings, but they act like they are the top dog because they think they have they think they have the authority. They think because someone is backing them up, they're acting like they are super badass, even though they are not. So it's Hu Jia Hu Wei, you're a fox, but you're pretending that you have the tiger's authority. So that's one of the more interesting thing about the word Hu is if you say Hu is tiger, and if you say Hu is fox. Now, obviously on paper they look like completely different word. Okay, even though the pronunciation sounds very similar. Similarly, the word Hu, written again in a different way, but still something like Hu, means lake. Lake. Yeah. So if you say Hu tiger, Hu fox, but yet Hu can also mean lake. And Hu, again, same, same pronunciation, different word, can also mean teapot, coffee pot. You know, the any kind of drinking vessel that have a handle and a larger belly that are in the shape of a teapot. It's called also called Hu. And we haven't even gotten to the other two pronunciations, such as in who or who. Okay, I don't want to confuse you guys too much, but this is just a small taste of how complicated it can be when you're wanting to learn Mandarin. Sometimes you will have similar sounding or words that sound exactly the same, but look different on paper, and they mean something totally different. Okay, enough Mandarin lesson. Let's get to our tiger stories of the day. First, let me tell you the story of how tiger get the marking on their head. And if you imagine what the tiger's head looks like, on their forehead, on the top of their head, there's this really cool mark that look like three horizontal lines parted in the middle with a vertical line. Okay, if you've never paid attention to a tiger's head, this is a good time to pull off a tiger image and see if you can look at that. Okay, there's three horizontal lines going across on the forehead, and then one vertical line down the center, almost like they parted their hair or something. Okay, that is in Mandarin, in Chinese culture, that's called the mark of the king. That is, people say this is why uh, a tiger is born to be the king of the jungle because they have the mark of the king on their head. Why is that the mark of the king? Because this is on paper, this is how you write the word Wang, Wang, W-O-N-G, Wang, and that means king or emperor in Mandarin, Wang. Three horizontal lines stacked together and then parted in the middle with a vertical line. That's how the Wang, the king word, look on paper in Chinese language. So a tiger with that on his head, it's like naturally born king of the jungle. Like it's destined to be that way. That's why they have that mark, right? So, how did the tiger come by that really cool symbol on their logo on their head that just happened to be the word in Chinese language for king or emperor? Well, the story goes that back in many thousand, maybe even hundreds of thousands years ago, before Chinese people were united, before people were uh, learned how to harvest and grow crop and uh, fish and stuff like that. Uh, the reason that people were so scattered all over the place and human beings were unable to get a firm hold on this planet is because monsters ruled the land and people were always getting harassed by prehistorical and wild beasts and birds and fish and all kind of crazy creatures and monsters and demons that roam the earth. So the earth was in chaos. Human beings was on the verge of being squeezed out by all these powerful creatures out there. Out there in heaven, the Jade Emperor looked down upon the mortal world and he said, well, I think humans are losing. I think we need to give them a hand with this. Maybe someone should go down there and do something about this. The tiger, at that time, was one of the Jade Emperor's favorite royal guard. Right? That the Jade Emperor had many royal bodyguards, like tigers and monkeys and great warriors and different kind of uh, godly beasts, dragons and keelings and phoenix and turtle, yada yada yada. Okay, one of them, the greatest, one of the most badass and most fiercest of them all was the tiger. So the tiger, being a very eager and uh, war-loving creature, voluntarily said to the Jade Emperor, "I'll go. I'll go down there. I'll go down there and show these monsters who's the boss. I'll go down there and show these monsters to fear. I'll put the fear of God into them." So the emperor said, "Okay, if you're sure you can do this, go get it done." So the tiger left the heavenly court and came down to the mortal world, and he saw that at the time there were so many monsters plaguing humankind, but the worst of them, the worst of the worst, were there were three monsters that were causing the most damage. One was a lion, and two was the bear, and third was the horse. Okay, so Tiger decided, well, it take too much effort for me to go beat up every single monster out there because they're everywhere. So if I can challenge these three, the worst of the worst of the worst, the top dog, yeah, and kick their asses, then maybe the rest of the monsters will fall in line. So the tiger put out words that he's going to go one on one with the lion and the horse and the bear. And these three monsters, of course, like I said, they were the strongest monsters. They were the worst of the worst. So they didn't fear the tiger either. So they eagerly accepted his challenge. Long story short, the tiger was such a fierce warrior that he kicked the lion's butt so hard that the lions agreed to leave China forever and go off to live in Africa. That's why now we see mostly lion in Africa. I mean, there are lion in Asia too, but they don't look anything like the African lion. Uh, so yeah, uh, tiger whipped the lion's butt so hard that the lion decided to go live in Africa and never return to China again. And then the tiger also was able to kick the horse's butt until the horse finally agreed. Okay, okay, rather than killing people, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be work with human being. I'm going to help them. Uh, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. God damn it! Stop hitting me. No, I'll be a good boy. I'll go work with a human being. So this is why humans end up having such a close relationship with horses. And the poor bear got beaten so bad that it decided to turn vegetarian. It said, okay, 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 stop hitting me. I'm not going to eat people anymore. I'm going to eat bamboo. And that gave birth to Panda in China. After the tiger has so handily trounced the three top dog monsters, all the other little creatures and monsters and animals fell in line and listened to what he had to say. And he told them, yeah, just leave the human alone and stop eating people and go do your own thing and don't attack people unless they attack you first, and you'll be okay. And the monsters fell in line and went their own ways. His job done, the tiger turned around and started making his way back to the heavenly court. Halfway back to the heavenly court, he suddenly got caught up in a massive storm, and there was a flood, and the great river was flooded, and the tiger ended up having to swim his way across the river before he could get back to heaven, because the water level was so high. While he was in the water, he was attacked. He was ambushed by a demonic snapping turtle who uh, really thought that he could kill the tiger in water. Well, he didn't know that the tiger was equally fierce on land and in water. So after a massive battle, the tiger ended up killing the snapping turtle demon and was able to uh, put the storm to rest because apparently the storm was caused by this snapping turtle demon. The tiger then made his way back to the Jade Emperor at the heavenly court, and he said, I've done what you did. Okay, so he told his story. I beat the lion, and the lion agreed they'll never come to China again. They'll move to a different land. And I've educated the horse, and the horse agreed that he and his descendants go to work with Chinese people from now on. They'll be good. And I've educated the bear, so the bear will no longer eat people. He will start eating bamboo from now on. My job is done. And uh, what do you think? Now, at that time, the Jade Emperor has a really cool way, really interesting way of awarding his underlings. So, anytime you uh, achieve something, anytime that you've accomplished something that you need to be awarded for, you need to be rewarded for, the Jade Emperor would take his golden godly pen and draw a horizontal mark across your forehead. So when the tiger said, I beat the lion, and the Jade Emperor drew one line across his forehead, good job. And the tiger said, I beat the horse. And the Jade Emperor took his pen and drew another line above that one, good job. And the tiger said, oh, I also beat the bear. And the Jade Emperor drew a third line horizontally across his forehead, good job. And then the Jade Emperor said, okay, you can go to the financial department. Okay, I don't know what they called it back then, but basically, go to the finance department, show them just 3 marks on your head, and for every mark, they should give you a check for $5 million. Okay, I'm modernizing the story so it makes more sense. It was basically something like that. Like the tiger were told, okay, now go to this department and then they'll reward you accordingly. Okay, so the tiger happily made his way over to the Department of Finance to claim his reward. On his way there, he ran into the Dragon King. Now, just in case you guys don't know, the Dragon King, there were more than one. There were actually 4 Dragon Kings. They each one of them ruled one part of the ocean. So the North Ocean was ruled by a different Dragon King than the South Ocean and the East Ocean and the West Ocean and stuff like that. So the tiger ran into one of the Dragon King, and the Dragon King said, "Oh hey, um, where are you going?" Tiger said, "Oh, hey, I just came back from defeating the lion and the horse and the bear. I'm going to go claim my reward." And Dragon King said, "Um, are are you forgetting about the snapping turtle? That demon was causing a havoc by causing a storm, and I was on my way to deal with him, but you got to him first. So technically, you should claim the reward for that too." Oh, the tiger said, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You know what? I didn't think that one counted because the that wasn't part of my mission when I left here. That turtle wasn't included in part of my mission. But you're right. I did have to deal with him, and I did get rid of him and make sure that he wouldn't be a pest anymore. So yeah, you're right. I should get paid for that." So the Dragon King said, "Yeah, you better hurry back. The Jade Emperor is going to take his nap very soon." So the tiger rushed back to the heavenly court, and the Jade Emperor is like laying in his hammock, half asleep. And the tiger said, my lord, wake up." And the Jade Emperor said, "What? What? I already rewarded you. Go away." The tiger said, "No, no, 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 you don't understand. I forgot to tell you about the snapping turtle demon I killed on the way back. And you should pay me for that one too." The Jade Emperor said, "Oh, fine." And then he grabbed his golden godly pen out of from under his pillow and said, "Come here." The tiger came over, kneeled down. Now, keep in mind, at this point, the Jade Emperor is laying down in his hammock. He wasn't even looking. He just reached out with his pen and drew a line on the tiger's head, which is why line number 4 ended up being vertical rather than horizontal, because the Jade Emperor was laying down at the time. So there you have it. That's one of the fable, folklore, mythological story about how the tiger came by that really cool logo, really cool mark of the king on his head. Now let me tell you a little story about how did the tiger get so powerful. Who taught the tiger how to fight? Who trained the tiger to be the ultimate killing machine, to be able to beat the lion, the horse, and the bear? the cat. The story goes that in the beginning of time, when the animals were created, the tiger was a very slow and dumb animal. He was big. He was big and strong, but he didn't know how to do anything. He didn't know how to hunt, didn't know how to catch his own food. He didn't know how to swim or climb trees or any of that. His little cousin, the cat, however, was one of the best. Despite the cat being such a small creature, it was quick and deadly and could climb, could swim, could jump across long distances. It was smart and sneaky, could go anywhere it wanted. So the tiger went to his little cousin, the cat, and said, "Please, will you teach me everything you know? I want to be just like you." And the cat said, "Yeah, okay." And for the next several hundred years, the tiger uh, learned from the cat. The cat was the master, the tiger was the apprentice, until one day the tiger suddenly realized, hmm, now I am more badass than the cat. I can swim, I can hunt, I can do anything the cat can, and I'm bigger and stronger. So this was when the tiger sort of had an evil thought in his head. He said, "Everyone in this world think the cat is the top dog, top cat. The cat is the ultimate, the alpha, because the cat is my master. But I am more badass than the cat now. So next time when we are out in the woods practicing our craft, why don't I just eat the cat? Then I will be the alpha. Everyone will say the tiger is the best now." So next time when the cat took the tiger into the wood and tried to work with him on his techniques, the tiger turned around, reached out, and tried to grab the cat and tried to eat the poor little kitty cat. The cat always knew that this day would come, jumped up and ran up a tree and sit on the very top of the tree at the end of a branch. And the tiger was dumbfounded. The tiger was like, "Whoa, you didn't teach me how to do that. How how can I do that? I know how to climb tree, but I don't know how to get that high. I don't know how to do that. You didn't teach me everything." And the cat looked down upon the tiger and said, "Yeah, well, if I taught you everything, if you can get up this high, if you can move as fast as I can, if you can be as nimble as I can, then I would be dead now, wouldn't I?" So that's a little story that's been told to people on how the cat and the tiger, even though they are so similar, but the cat can actually do things that the tiger can't, because it's was smart enough to keep some techniques away from the tiger. This story is also used to caution people against when you work with when you're with your friends, when you're teaching people. Sometimes you need to keep something for yourself. Don't just always uh, give everything away. You always want to keep a couple of tricks up your sleeve, just in case the people you're working with, the people you're teaching, turn on you one day. I hope you guys enjoyed this Wisdom Wednesday, and this will probably be the last episode, tiger related episode, for the Year of the Tiger. So I don't know what we are going to do for Year of the Rabbit. I'm sure I'll find something. Uh, we'll be back again tomorrow for some Toy Thursday. For now, 谢谢 and 再见。